guys, this is Wolfie here, and this is actually going to be perhaps the longest video for the City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia Global, because there is quite a bit to go over. Some of this is here in the in-game news. The rest of it I found out on the Dissidia database website. I'll have the link to that website in the description below, because this is exactly how I found out some of the news. So we're going to go over the in-game news first, because it's right here. You can easily access to it. So I'm going to go over a few things very briefly, because I just don't want to talk about certain things that doesn't need to be brought up. But anyway, we have the Final Fantasy Portal Points campaign. And here, it's a collaboration with the City of Opera Omnia and the Portal app for people to get points. And the more points that we get, the more rewards we get. As you can see here, we have the 80,000 points milestone cleared, as well as the 600,000 points cleared. So you can see here what we are expecting around the 9th of January 2019 at 8 a.m. UTC. Now the next milestones here are the 1,200,000 points and 1,300,000 points. At the 1,200,000 points milestone, we will be getting 15 armor tokens. If we reach the 1,300,000 point, it's 25 of the high shards in each color. So I do encourage those who are using the Final Fantasy Portal app to get these points for those on the City Opera Omnia, because I'd like to get those armor tokens. Thank you very much. So we're going to go into the update on the Winter Festival. It's actually going to be a minor update for the Winter Waltz. I'll go over the gem sales later. So the only real changes here to the token exchange are 25 chocobo feathers, as well as 25 more of the high shards in each color. That's kind of, I'll go over the chocobo feathers, what they do, in a little bit. It's a really cool addition. But I will say that we were not supposed to get stuff like that for a while, but I'm not going to complain. So that is that on that. Then we're going to go over the character adjustments, which include stuff for the following players: Onion Knight, Squall, Ash, and Ace. Now you're wondering, why is Ash a part of this equation? I found out something on the Dissidia database website involving her that you will be pleasantly surprised to hear. So we're going to go over the Onion Knight's adjustments here. So it looks like the buffs from Sage and Ninja, they remain when one overwrites the other, which is really cool, because he still maintains his awesomeness. Personally, I don't really use them, because my Terror is just that damn good. With Squall here, his command ability Solid Barrel, 5 turns initial brave up 2 will be granted to self, which is actually good, because that way, if you're going in between waves with him, it's like, and you have this particular buff up, it's like he can actually, he can actually get the enemy faster than before. Then with Renzokugen, man, my Japanese is off today. Renzokugen, this goes up to 4 from 3 in base use count. This is actually a plus. I love this. Makes him more, gives him, more to do in battle outside of the EX weapon. With Ash here, so North Sway's Glow is her magic attack, and Heaven's Wrath is her physical attack. So this gives her more survivability in certain aspects. So, and then you also see the passive abilities, Mighty North Sway's Glow and Mighty Heaven's Wrath, all that good stuff. Now, Ace, this adjustment, I'm kind of disappointed in it. I was expecting a little bit more, in my personal opinion. Card stock. Card stock would no longer be reset after receiving a Brave Break. Max Brave will now be increased based on card stock. So, With that being said, I'm not going to go over the known issues and game up. I'm not going to go over the known issues. I'm going to go over a little bit on the game update, though. So outside the Crystal Awakenings, the changes to the in-game. The number of debuffs and buffs set, the max goes up to 6 from 5, which is awesome. Next number of crystal shards and clusters can be held goes up to 9,999 from 999. Again, that's awesome. We got this quite early. I'm not going to complain. I actually like this. Is the part I actually love the most. It's those tier 1 through 3 shards. Gain this as early as it is. It helps develop characters better. Link bells replenished by 1 for every 2 hours. This is kind of overdue in my personal opinion, but hey, it is what it is. Even now, the co-op guests may not use the link bells in co-op quests, which is all good. Experience items, there's new ways to get experience, even for those you don't use. Chocobo down, Chocobo feather, and Chocobo tail feather. Now you see the Chocobo feathers in your daily quest, which is really freaking awesome. Gives me, helps me develop characters that I don't use. And some of those characters know who they are. So, with the enhancement page changes, this is where you might want to pause the video to take a screenshot to get a better idea, because the visual here may not be so great. So the only real change here is the summons portion at the very bottom. The binded hands is actually in 1. And then you also see a few other items in the DP exchange on top of the stuff you've already seen. Me personally, I only use the City of Points for Power Stones and Guild most of the time. I will probably get myself a sticker here and there, but that's about it. I just don't really use the City of Points all too much, personally. Then you see here the support item spawning has been replaced, as well as everything being reordered. So it's about managing, what you want to do more efficiently. Now we have the artifacts for Kefka, Zack, and Noctis being added to the Permanent World Evolutions, Radiant Artifacts. This, believe it or not, this is where it starts to become really RNG and luck reliant. You just do not want to do one run and expect to get everything you want in one turn. Just doesn't work like that. And then you have the addressed issues here, just a lot of wording stuff. And then also, you also have here just something going on with Lily says Brave Attack, all that stuff. So there's a lot of stuff going on here, folks. So again, I'm not going to go into it in too much detail. Now you get the event draws. Now this one, I was not expecting to see this early. It is the EX weapon for Tidus. The Foresaber, which gives them the ability Energy Rain, and the other units on this banner are Lightning, Unite, and Hope. This banner is the easiest skip for me ever, because I have everything for Lightning. I have everything for Unite. Lightning is going to be the only one I plan on using at some point soon. Hope, I don't like him. I'm not using him. Tidus, I have his other weapons. It's not worth it for me to pull. If you guys want to pull though because you don't have any of these weapons and they're your faves, go right ahead. I don't push people to say, oh, you should pull, you should not pull. It really depends on who you're using or who you plan on using, so to speak. And then also keep in mind that any EX weapon in any banner comes at a 5% rate instead of the 10% rate. So take any opinion I have here with a grain of salt. Form your own opinions. And the reason why I encourage everybody to form their own opinions, because that way, hey, there's something you guys may not agree with me with certain things, but I honor the fact that you guys don't agree with me on something. That's the way I like to do things. And then we have the second banner for the Twilight Menace. Once this comes up, any moment now, You got Dark Knight Cecil, Squall, Zidane, and Ace. Again, this is another easy skip for me. I have both the Squall's weapons. I have both the Zidane's 15 CP weapons. And I'm like, it's not, for me, it's just, I just really don't, there's nothing there that I really would want to pursue. I mean, the only thing that would probably be worth a damn for me anyway would probably be if they have it still the Squall's 50 CP alternate, but no thank you. Now we're going to go into Crystal Awakenings Part 3. Here, again, this is going to be a very long video because there is going to be some information coming up that it's not on this is not in game, and it's on the City of database website. So you have here, there is co-op quest for Twilight Menace and a World of Illusions treasure hunt, which also not only features the above units here from the third wave, but it also includes Tidus and Dark Knight Cecil. So you have here, this is the quest details. I decided to open it up here so you guys can have an idea of what's going on. So there are 2 co-op quests and 2 solo-only EX quests. So, I mean, the thing is that you have to clear the co-op quest in order to get to the EX stuff. Again, you guys know me, I actually have a job, and what I do can be very demanding, so because I spend a lot of time at work or traveling to and from work, plus a bunch of other real-life stuff, I just won't have the time to tackle the EX quest, so, but yeah, that's just my personal situation. So, these are the token exchange details. Some of this is your standard operating procedures with 1 Power Stone, 1,000 gems, 20 draw tickets, 600 Dissidia points, 6 stamina points, potions, 10 armor tokens, and all that other stuff. Now you get the Link Bell rewards details, all this good stuff here and there. Then the reward details, this is for each milestone that we reach. So you just want to take a look here. We got a combination of gems, the tier 4 shards, draw tickets. I do see some gil here and there. Power orbs. I believe there's some guard orbs somewhere down the line. Armor tokens. Yeah, I do see the power stones here. Okay, power stones. Oh, this is weird. I mean, normally they would have the guard orbs, because they have the higher power orbs, but not the higher guard orbs. I don't get that. Then you have here the World of Illusions treasure hunt. This is for that third wave. You got the Crystal Awakening 1, which is Onion Knight, Lightning, and Hope. The Radiant EX, which is Cecil, Dark Knight Cecil and Tidus. Then you have this Crystal Awakening 2, which is Squall, Zidane, and Ace. So, you have all this stuff here, but like I said, with this banner, it is both of those are a complete skip for me. There's nothing there that's worth my while. Now, the moment you guys have been waiting for is a little information I found out at the City of database website. And what I found out here will give us the order of what's coming up on Global until around the end of February. So, now, the reason why I kind of do certain things like this is because that way I can give you guys a link to the database website. You can get the information here, the information there, I should say, excuse me. So, without any further ado, Selvi is in fact the next character that gets her global debut. I thought it was going to be Gilgamesh. I even predicted Gilgamesh, but it is in fact Selvi that makes her global debut next week. And I'm surprised, but it's a good surprise because, again, I thought it was going to be Gilgamesh, which is why the Hope got his awakening. However, it still makes sense, regardless, for Hope to get his awakening ahead of Sarah, because Gilgamesh, I believe, is coming in around 3 weeks. So I put Squall here in the equation because he is, in fact, a featured unit on Selfie's banner. Selfie, even though she's really good, however, I am forced to skip her banner because some of my pulls as of late, I was spending a lot more resources than I have intended, and I just really can't put the latest trend at risk, like for Selfie's banner. So it's something I am personally forced to skip. Now the next lost chapter, and again this is why I hinted something about Ash earlier in this video. The next global lost chapter is in fact Ash, and I used her a few times here and there. I've done co-ops with people who use Ash, and all you Ash fans, you guys are gonna get super stoked and excited because her lost chapter is the next one coming up. It is not Cater, folks. So all you Cater fans, prepare to be disappointed because she doesn't come for about a month. I want to say, I think sometime in January, her lost chapter will show up. But anyway, the next lost chapter for Global is Ash for Final Fantasy XII. And yes, Selfie does make her global debut as intended before Gilgamesh. I was a little surprised because knowing Global, they usually use the global debut of the character whose lost chapter was just is about to be released on JP. So it's a little surprise. I'm not going to complain. I'm actually a little happy in a sense. So yes, so Ash is in the next lost chapter. Then we will be seeing Gilgamesh's debut sometime in January. Now, it's going to be in about 3 weeks, like early mid-January, we will be seeing the debut of Gilgamesh. So it's going to be, I think what they're going to do with the global debuts is that they're going to run it every other week. So you have one co-op, and it's just, not one co-op, one character event, and then it's going to be the only thing going on for a couple of weeks. Then the next lost chapters after Ash are Cater, Aerith, and Lion. Now, and the thing is with Cater, Aerith, and Lion, their lost chapters, it probably will be sometime, I think with Cater's going to be late January, but we're talking about both Aerith and Lion here, they're probably going to be the February lost chapters. Now, I kind of noticed something that's going to come up around this time next month. If I could get the units that I want, let me see if I can find him here. Damn it! Let me see if I can find. Here he is, Vivi. Now you're kind of wondering why I have Vivi here. Is that around this time next month, and I'm surprisingly, I'm so happy to do this, we will be seeing the global debut of Realm from Final Fantasy VI. So the next 3 character events, and these characters are making their global debut, are Selfie, Gilgamesh, and Realm. So there, I noticed there's a Heretics event of sorts on the database website. However, there is no further information on that particular event on Global, so hopefully we find something else before I can get any further information on the matter. So it looks like we're going to get a bit of a delay on Keishi, I should say. The correct pronunciation is Keishi. And, but yeah, so it's probably going to need the, so again, with the lost chapters, it is going to be the following in this particular order: Ash, Cater, Aerith, and Lion. That's the exact order. So it starts with Ash and it ends with Lion, probably around February. So, and with the global debuts, it's going to be Selfie, Gilgamesh, and Realm. And like I said, I'm a lot excited for Realm because because what Realm is she's pretty special. Because if you remember, characters like Kuja and Kefka, they require something super special in order for them to be of any use. With Kuja, used to notice those 2 orbs on either side of him. That's his weapon. Then you have Kefka, he uses like a hairpiece to attack with. With Realm, in her case, she uses a paintbrush. And I do have some special spoilers around with her once her event comes to global. So, but I have promised my own little shtick on the bundles here. So we're gonna go over here, the sales. I'm gonna give my honest opinion on the new bundles from the Winter Festival. As you can see here, I've already purchased the Terra, the bundle that features the Terra extra costume. Now with the winter bundles here, you have the seasonal bronze chest, which is 500 gems, seasonal gold chest, which is 2,500 gems. You have the seasonal platinum chest, which is 5,000 gems. Now when you get here to the mithril chest, I should say, you have 9,000 gems, but you also get 100 higher guard orbs and 100 higher power orbs. With the seasonal adamant chest, you have 17,600 gems. It comes with 5 armor tokens, 100 higher guard orbs, and 100 higher power orbs. Now, like I said, it's going to be my honest opinion. Take this information with a grain of salt. Now, there's something I am disappointed in. Is the fact that you only have additional goodies in the 2 more expensive bundles here. As you can see here with Mithril Chest, you get guard and power orbs. But you have here the adamant chest is like the same thing. You have extra goodies. You don't get anything extra besides the gems in the platinum, gold, and bronze chests. I mean, I remember some of the previous bundles. Some of the cheaper bundles actually had something similar with like power and guard orbs, but not as much. Now the fact they're only including in the expensive bundles, I think they're trying to get players to spend more money on bundles. The thing is, like, not everybody can afford the stuff for one reason or another, and those who are free to play Dolphins and Minnows, I fully respect how they are because they have their reasons. And my only suggestion here is that instead of having bonus goodies in your more expensive bundles, they should probably go back to what they were doing, like for some of their older bundles, and putting stuff like this, but in lesser quantities, in the more cheaper bundles, so that way people can get something additional for their buck. But that's just my opinion on this. Again, like I said, this is a much longer video than I anticipated. I will have the link to the Dissidia database website in the description below, so that way you can figure out some of this information for yourself. But to recap the very end of this, Selfie, Gilgamesh, and Realm are the next 3 character events. Those are the 3 that make their global debut, and it is in that order. With the lost characters, you have Ash, Cater, Aerith, and Lion. Those are the next 4 lost chapters. And again, this is some of the information some of this is gonna get released in January or February 2019. This is Wilby here, guys. I hope just like I said, just for some of you guys that noticed about Titus, I believe his EX weapon does become available once again in Fang's banner, and then one more time when the exchange for EX weapons with golden weapon tokens, I think what it is, when those become available to global. And I will catch you on the flip side.